Well, trainer Ken McPeek brings his Kentucky Derby winner, MYSTIK Dan, into the Belmont Stakes, coming off a second-place finish in the Preakness Stakes. What was your assessment of your horse's performance in Baltimore 2 weeks ago?
I thought he ran well considering. You know, that racetrack, people aren't really talking about this much. That racetrack was like peanut butter. I mean, it was just so thick. And he's not a very big horse, but I think he fought through it. And, you know, anytime you give a fast horse like Caesar Gray an easy lead, then they're going to be hard to catch. And in hindsight, maybe we should have pressed a little more. Maybe Dettori should have pressed too. I think Bob Baffert questioned that as well. I think even Frankie did. But, you know, the way that race unfolded, you know, we still ran well to be second, I think. And this is a really solid horse. He's been very professional and very steady throughout the winter and into the spring. And we think he's got one really good run left in him, and we're going to give him a break after that.
He's the only horse that's going to be running in all three jewels of the Triple Crown. When was that moment for you that you looked at him as an athlete and he tipped that hand to you saying, all right, I'm ready for the Belmont Stakes?
Well, we've watched him closely, and I think things have changed in the last decade or so, especially since we've eliminated Lasix from these races. I think the dehydration factor with the Lasix was a big deal, and of course now we don't run on it, so it makes it the turnarounds a little bit easier. And then what we do watch on him real close is how well he's eating, and he's been very consistent in his eating habits, and that's, for me, that's one of the most important things you've got with any horse you're racing at any level. But bringing a horse back in 2-3 weeks is not a huge deal for me, especially as long as they've got a good foundation under him, and he's got that, and he's been ultra professional.
You mentioned that he's not a very big horse. He's never had a layoff line in his past performances. After the Belmont Stakes on Saturday, he's going to have 4 races at 4 different racetracks. What is it about your horse and the makeup about him that allows him to handle that and just the rigors of the Triple Crown and all these races that he's strung together?
Well, he's not showing any signs of being any different than he was in January. We did have a lung infection back last November, which is something that's way behind us. But beyond that, he's been real easy to be around. And I think that maybe, well, there's a notion today that thoroughbreds aren't that sturdy, and I think he's a very sturdy horse, and I think there are more of them out there like him, and I think the tendency is to maybe be more conservative, but we've got a nice horse that's doing extremely well, and we're going to run him.
Appreciate it, Kenny. Good luck on Saturday.
All right, you're welcome.